everybody, and welcome back to the welcome back to the Reality Kingdom. We put the real reality or whatever. Period. Period.
Period. Exclamation point. Question mark.
I'm your host, Pharaoh. Pharaoh Shallow, and we are joined by our co-host Lee
Fields.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And we're here to talk Survivor Australia versus the world. It really needs to be called Survivor America versus the world, because the way that Parvati is running these through these holes like Tomb Raiders is real bad. It's real bad.
I'm really seated for this season. Like, I'm living for it. Like, I love that Sari and Parvati are sisters in this game, going to the end together, like really giving us that Micronesia tease. And I'm also living for Miss Janine.
Yes,
no shade. If Janine and Parvati are in the final two, I consider that being a close vote. Because they've been working it, mama. They've been working it.
They've been playing Survivor. I don't know what these other bitches are playing. They're playing Survivor. Like they're playing Survivor. Australian Survivor. On Fiji.
On Fiji.
All of that.
Samoa. They're on Samoa.
They in Samoa.
They in Samoa.
Wherever they're at, they're eating that shit up. Anyways, we're here to talk the motherfucking episodes. Episode 7 was a banger. Like, damn near one of the best very entertaining tribals this season, because the shoe around Tony's neck was very entertaining. That was an entertaining tribal council the whole time. Sari was like, is Sari getting both? Like, that was a lot going on there. This tribal council was crazy to the boots down. Also, I want to quick shout out to Cass. Now, we'll get there, because girl,
I feel so bad for Cass.
I feel so bad for Cass. It was like, I can't even think of an example, but it felt like she was in a. It's like when you have your crew. You know, you got a friend group, the other people got a friend group. Right, my crew, let's go. It was that, so my crew, let's go, and your crew just sat there sitting there. They didn't go anywhere. Like, it was crazy.
I feel bad because I do think she would have probably tried to make a play on Parvati. I mean, damn, they was gonna try that night if they had actually followed Tommy's plan. But it's like the way she was sitting there, like, I'm with you guys. Are you gonna believe them? Yeah. No,
she was trying.
She was like really trying. But see, the thing is, Cass low key, she played herself a little bit, because first of all, Parvati fucked up that goddamn knowledge is power. I was like, no way she can steal her idol as she's about to pull it out. I was gonna say, baby, that is rigged down. But when she did it, and she was like, I'm gonna take your idol, Cass was like, no. And she was like, are y'all voting Lisa? Because I'm using it on Lisa. She was like, oh, okay, well, I'll save it. In my mind, I feel like Cass should have been like,
yeah, she should have.
Why you don't want to steal it no more? Why you don't want to steal it no? Bitch, I would have gagged Parvati. See, if I was Cass, bitch, I would have gagged Parvati.
She wasn't thinking
on my damn self.
Either she wasn't thinking or she was confused by the rules, because a part of me was like, does she think that if she would have used it on herself, Parvati could have still stole it after the vote? And it's like, because Parvati was pulling that shit way after when she could use it. She could not use that there. So I'm thinking maybe Cass don't know the rules. She is from Argentina. Wherever she's from.
Quebec. I don't know. I feel like that takes a lot of extra thinking. I just think that she wasn't really locked in on where the votes were going to go.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was as well. I think she was always going to use it on Lisa, honestly. I think she was going to use it on Lisa genuinely the entire time. I know some people were like, oh, she just said that because Parvati scared her. No, I think she was genuinely going to use the idol on Lisa the entire time. And she just genuinely was.
Yeah, I don't think she came in planning to do so. I think that when all of the chaos happened, that's when she was like, I'm going to. But I think in that moment, it was her, like in that moment, she thought Parvati was still on her side. So when Parvati was like, we voted Lisa, she was like, I'm going to just let you keep the idol. I think in her mind, she was like, oh, she told me where the vote is going. I told her I'm using the idol. Someone else is going to go home. Mm-hmm. But she should have recognized that they had flipped on her.
Yeah, it made no sense for her to genuinely believe Parvati was with them. Parvati looked her in the face and said, we're not with you. She says, the plan's on. She says, no, this is too much going on right here. Like, she should have been very clear about that. That was weird. But we jumped ahead. Let's get there. Let's pull up the people. I know that's right. We're in the merge.
Oh, are we?
We're in the merge. This is the top. What is it? 8 at this point? 5, 7, 8. We go into this episode, and of course, it's like the trio of the Australians of Shawnee, Janine, and Luke, and then we have the trio of the world of Lisa, Tommy, and Cass, and then of course we have Sari and Parvati, who are a duo. And this whole world tribe, these 5 were kind of like working together in a way, you know, like they had worked together for the last 2 votes. Parvati had just went home, very much so that. So we go into this episode. And Sari, at the beginning of the episode, I love Sari so much because
I love her.
He's like, I still got 2 votes. Like, I don't care. I don't care that I didn't go home. I don't care about none of that hoopla. Where was them 2 votes?
Baby, where are these votes coming from?
Right. Right. Keep in mind the votes was Janine and Luke, I believe. And or Luke and Shawnee. Luke and Shawnee, because Janine had helped them do that Kirby move. She left Luke and Shawnee out of it. So Luke and Shawnee was thinking Sari was the vote. So Janine talks to Sari, and Sari is like, your friend voting for me? Clean that up a little bit. So that's what Janine does. Janine goes to Luke, and she's like, look, Sari needs to be cool with us. We need to let her know that it was not us who was trying to vote for her. It was them internationals coming up with this plan. Janine is just, she does the drop in the seed.
She's like, she'll drop a seed here. She'll go over here and do this. Janine is in different fucking areas of this game. Like, no shade. Love my sister Parvati. Love Sari. But if Janine won this season, so I would have to give 10s. Like, so be Janine has been working it, mama. She makes me want to go back and watch her season.
I'd argue Janine has had the most influence on who's going home because Parvati didn't want Kirby to go. Period. Parvati, literally, her first diary room this episode, I think it was too early that Kirby went. I don't know that Kirby. She did not want that to happen. You know who did? Miss Janine. Yeah. Like,
she set up the Sarah elimination.
Chat. First of all, what season was Janine on? I need to go watch that. And was Janine giving this? Like, was it always giving mother like this? Because she's kind of eating this down. Bitch.
Not even kind of. She's eating this
definitely down. Now, I also have a statement, and y'all gonna be mad because somebody in the chat was like, Sean Lee. Is this what Shawnee gives as well? Because
no, you definitely have to watch her other seasons. Like, I feel like even in Heroes versus Villains, I didn't get the Shawnee that everyone's gagging over. I think it's a lot of her personality, but from what I've been told, we really need to watch her OG seasons.
Okay, let me watch her OG season because I'm like, where is Shawnee? I actually love her personality. I'm not gonna lie, love her personality, but she's just dead in the water. I'm like, damn. And I remember in the chat. And Janelle said this when we had Janelle on. They were like, Shawnee kind of always ends up in this little position of she's not working with anyone. She's kind of like the outlier whose number we have to use and da 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 da. And it's like, damn, she's in that same position again. It just feels familiar. I kind of feel like everyone kind of just falls back into that archetype they're in because Luke has always been known as a kooky type of character. He's gonna do something crazy and weird and wild every once in a while, and that's what he did in this season. Parvati is always mother. Sari is kind of always what Sari is doing. They really do fit what they have done in past seasons, so it's interesting. Someone said Janine always ate it up. I know that's right. So Cass has this spa reward thing. She goes on the spa reward and she takes with her Parvati, Sari, and Tommy. The 3 Australians have to stay back in camp and sulk in it. And as they're back in camp, they do some Australian shit because they grab that chest that the World Tribe had. They break that chest and they say, "What's tea on this?" Who
like the fact that they just broke it open, bitch.
In front of it, like I thought they was gonna do it discreet. They didn't give a fuck. They broke that shit, barely put the pieces back together. It was like here, like they didn't give a fuck. But now they know that somebody has an idol or an advantage or something like that. So they clock that tea right there. Meanwhile. On the reward, we see Parvati and Sari in their little hammock. And Parvati finally tells Sari about all of her advantages. She knew about the idol, but she didn't know that Parvati actually grabbed it from the podium. So she told her she actually has the idol. And she told her about the knowledge is power advantage that she got when Luke sent her back to the motherfucking camp. So now Sari and Parvati are in lockstep. They have all the
just like, damn, bitch, you got everything.
She's like, where did you get all that? You know what's crazy? It's crazy how people like people like Parvati, who usually get idols, always end up with idols. And then like people like Sari, who don't usually get idols or advantages, she never gets one. It's crazy because the advantage she got this time, she didn't even really find. She just ended up getting sent back by Luke. Like that could have been Suri who got sent back by Luke, but I just feel like fate really always leads Parvati to advantages in idols. Like players like her always get that shit. It's kind of crazy how that works.
They just attract to them, you know?
Yeah, it's like a magnet. So we head to the immunity challenge. This is the one. I loved this challenge. It was like a seesaw. Yeah. And there was a bucket on it, and you had to continuously fill that bucket with water because there were holes on it. And it would balance it down, and then you would have to stack cards on the other side.
Like that shit seems is that not impossible?
Bro.
Like that and the immunity at the tribal, it's like you have to have so much like patience and balance and things like that. Like I cannot. I don't know how anyone ever get those things done. Like realistically, how long do you think they'd be out there?
That's a good question because that challenge looked like it was gonna last them forever. I'm like, damn. There's never been a situation where I've seen like it be daytime and them still out there in nighttime, but it seems like a long time, like probably hours doing that shit because that was a consistent back and forth. It did seem like Tommy got the hang of it kind of quickly. So I'm like, maybe it wasn't that long because Tommy was eating that shit up. No shade. Yeah, he ate that.
And see, I was really fucking with Tommy when he won this. I was like, oh my God, go Tommy. And then he immediately pissed me off talking about I'm going to make a big shot. I'm going for Parvati.
Yeah,
that's not his accent because he's Finland.
No, I mean it kind of was. Like you kind of did a good job. No shade.
And I'm like, not Parvati, Tommy, not Parvati. I get it though. You want to get a big name on your resume, and Parvati's a huge name.
It's always the queen. They always want to come for the queen,
and you can never get the queen out. Like, oh my God, Parvati is running circles around this goddamn season for real, for real.
It seems easy, and honestly, I will say this is the most nervous Parvati has looked to me on the season. Like there's a lot of times she seems a little anxious and I'm like, I've never really seen Parvati lose that chill.
Oh girl, you saw her at that tribal, bitch. Her entire upper half was red as fuck.
Girl, she was like, I don't know who I'm gonna use it on. Either me or Sari. You know, she was still gagging, but it's like you look a little shaking.
It wasn't giving. I have idols from our Debacca's villains, bitch. It gave very much. Hold on, let me control it.
Yeah, because she in Australia, baby. She's in Australia. She gotta really lock in. She's like, hold on, I got eyes everywhere, baby. But yes, of course, the World Tribe. They had this grouping. They were in an alliance. They were mostly loyal to it. But here goes Tommy. Tommy pulls Cass and Lisa to the side, and it's like, look, this is the perfect time to make a big move at Parvati. And as soon as he said Parvati name, I was like,
it's not gonna happen
at all. And my thing is, it kind of could have, but for some reason, I don't know what's wrong with Lisa. I can't
something
mentally.
And I'm gonna preface this by saying I really do love Lisa. I'm not gonna lie, I do, because especially at the end, I think it's because she loves Sari. I think it's because she loves Sari. Because I love her little moments of like, I'm such a huge fan. Like maybe it's the Survivor US in me, but I love that she's like a huge fan. She loves Sari, and at the end she was like, I just love that I got to play this game with Sari. Like that
was embarrassing. Beautiful. That was embarrassing.
It's slightly like get up, but at the same time, I don't know. Something about her is endearing to me. But when she did this episode 7,
this
what the hell is wrong with her? She goes up to the Australians and she's like, they're doing Parvati. And they're like, oh, okay, bet. We're doing Parvati. Yeah. She was like, oh, wait, hold on. So, I'm not.
Not me. Y'all can do that.
Because I would like that relationship. Yeah. And it's like, Lisa.
And Nisha just walks away.
Because I just like no shade. Has anyone watched Survivor New Zealand in the chat? Like, was it an easier type of season because it was the first iteration? Because I'm like, Lisa, why the fuck would you think this would work? And after she was like after this whole episode, she was like, oh yeah, I've never been at the bottom before. This is new for me. And I'm like, Lisa playing like this? I'm shocked.
What?
Oh my God. I someone said that apparently she turned like 2 people against each other or something like that. So like, clearly she has some iconic ways, but
I feel like
we wasn't seeing them.
If she's playing for herself, it's probably a different world. But in this season where she's all up under, I don't even know what she's doing because even in this moment, it's not like she's like helping Cerie. She's like, yeah, blindside him. I'm just not gonna tell y'all. Like, what the fuck was that? I don't even know. I don't know what was going on in her head. And then when she walks away, Luke was like, okay, I'm not doing that shit. Why the fuck would we vote with y'all? You're not voting with us. Like, you trying to set us up. It was a setup. It was truly a setup. And she told them to their face it was a setup. It was like, I'm not doing
Benny says, I'm watching New Zealand right now. The entire cast is very old school Survivor, so she's the only super fan. So she probably has the most knowledge on how to even play Survivor.
That makes sense. Child. So boom. Luke is like, this is some bullshit. We not finna vote with them trying to blindside us. We're gonna have to do something about that. And then we head into tribal council just like that. Which is why that's really why these tribals have been so crazy, specifically this one. We headed into tribal council and there wasn't really a plan. Lisa wasn't voting with Tommy and Cass. Tommy had this was right before tribal council that he pulled them to the side with this plan. And then Luke and Janine and Shani are going in and they're like, well, what the fuck are they talking about? Because I don't even think we want to do this. And Parvati and Cirie had clocked that Lisa was running around, acting all weird. So going into tribal, everybody's like, hold the fuck on.
Oh, hold on. The chat is gagging over Lisa. They said Lisa was gagging people in her season. She reheated Cirie's nachos and did a 3-2-1 split. And then, so she turned two people who knew each other outside of the game against each other. Where was this Lisa?
She had put that Lisa to bed. That Lisa was asleep in the back room of her mind. And then this Lisa came. This is the Cirie stan Lisa. And she said, you know what? I'm going to stan Cirie. And that's all I'm going to do. And Tommy, I don't know what she was doing this season. Because there was moments she was like, I'm quitting for...
She was like, her saying she was going to quit. We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Because what? So, we start the tribal council off. And immediately...
Janine was like, let's get it cracking.
Immediately, Janine whispered straight to Luke because we don't know what. Honestly, they didn't know what they were doing. They were like, "What was tea? Did they tell you that?" So Janine's whispering to Luke, "Did they tell him they were voting for Parvati? Maybe we can all just turn it around on Lisa instead because that plan doesn't sound sound." All of that. Parvati then tries to pull Cass to the side. Everyone starts pulling people to the side. Parvati pulls Cass to the side.
I'm living for the live tribals. Like, yes,
don't you miss those?
Survivor.
I literally missed those. Like, where has those been? Oh my god! So Parvati pulls Cass to the side,
maybe
and they're trying
50.
to talk.
Maybe Survivor 50.
She's like, "Are you voting?" Maybe Survivor 50. She's like, "Are you voting for me?" She's like, "No, we're not voting for you." She's like, "Are you voting for Cirie?" She's like, "No, we're not voting for Cirie."
That is how she talks.
Like she's very sensual with it. She's asking her and
smile on her face. She always got a big smile. Are you voting me?
I will say, I didn't. Cass, although I knew Cass was a part of the fishy shit, Cass didn't appear shady to me in these conversations. Cass is good. I want to watch Cass this season because in this entire tribal council where Cass is like, we're voting with y'all. To me, I was like, she kind of seems believable. Like, I know she's not, but Cass was really like, girl, we're not voting you. What are we doing? Like, let's go. We're voting with y'all. Like, we got it. We're voting Shani. Like, she was very consistent. She was very, like, definite. She was not playing around or hesitating. She's like, we're not voting you. Like, she was really putting it on the floor. But Par was like, She pulls out her idol, puts it on her neck. She says, look, I'm either playing this for me or I'm playing this for Cirie. I don't know, but this something not right. And Cass like, we're not keeping the same place. She's like, we're not keeping the same because all of this, I don't know what all of this is. Lisa acting a fool.
It's too much. It's too much, baby. I'm playing it for me. I'm playing it for Cirie. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. Like, it's so crazy too because all of this chaos just led Cirie and Parvati to just fully make a 5 last minute with the remaining Australians. They're up here whispering in the back, and then the 3 world tribe is just sitting there
looking stupid. No, what kills me is
the whole. I saw you say this, Brown Charlie, but I don't recall in the episode Cass and Lisa shutting it down. Did that happen?
I was gonna say the same thing. I wasn't gonna say the same thing, but I was gonna say it genuinely did not feel like Cass and Lisa were agreeing with Tommy. Why would
Lisa go to the Australians and tell them that she's voting them? Lisa said it in exit interviews.
Okay, that makes sense because it didn't feel like Cass and Lisa actually were voting with Tommy because when Lisa told Parvati, she said Tommy came to us about this plan and da 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 da. So I think that's where all that confusion was. I hate that they didn't show that in the episode.
Oh, Cass was being genuine. She's like, girl, I'm not doing.
She seemed genuine. I was like, it doesn't feel like she's actually lying, but that's stupid that they wouldn't show that in the show. Yeah, they said it in extra interviews. Yeah. Well, there's that tea. So they genuinely weren't even gonna even.
Why would they not put that in the episode? That just pissed me off.
Maybe they wanted it to seem more iconic for Parvati.
I forgot that they be having exit interviews for Survivor Australia. I wasn't even tapped into any of those.
Let's see. Maybe they like wanted it to edit it to seem a little more iconic, because it's way more iconic if they were voting for Parvati.
Right.
The whole time they wasn't voting for Parvati, it's kind of like, oh, well, that's not that gaggy, but still gaggy, but different. But yeah, the Lisa was pissing me off because Parvati would say Lisa's name and say Lisa's acting all weird, and Lisa would literally not talk. Stuck. She's
not saying anything. Like, and that's that. Honestly, that makes me even more confused with Lisa's gameplay, because if you were not turning on them, why did you look so goddamn suspicious? Maybe because she knew what she told the Australians, but
yeah,
even if you didn't want to, if you like Lisa, something is up here then. Because if Lisa didn't want Parvati to go home and she was not going to do it, why did she tell the Australians? Did she want Parvati to go home? Low key? Like, I'm confused by her gameplay now. What was the point of telling them?
I don't know. Everything was already confusing.
And she's sitting there looking,
and maybe that's why she was so guilty to where she wanted to quit, because she knows she told the Australians that even though that was no longer the plan. So she got so guilty because she was like, I caused all of this bullshit, even though I didn't have to, because it wasn't even the plan anymore. Like, I don't know.
Lisa was just doing
that. Makes it even worse. It genuinely makes it even worse. But anyways, Parv is like, shit is weird. And Luke is like, shit is weird, Parv. Shit is weird, Parv. She was coming. They're coming for you. They're coming for you. They were coming for you, Parv. So yeah. Now shit is in the fan. Shit has hit the fan. Cass has to do all of this work. It's literally just Cass. Lisa is stuck to the stump. Tommy is stuck to the stump. They act like they can't even understand what the fuck is going on. They're just sitting there looking at JLP. JLP not even asking them questions. They're just sitting there looking straight. Like, everybody else is talking and they just sitting there. What the fuck is happening? Cass is pulling Parvati to the side. She's like, look, girl, I swear, we got your back. We're not voting against you. Me and Lisa are voting Shani. I'm voting Shani. Lisa's voting Shani. We sticking to the plan. What the fuck is T? Da 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 da. Parvati's like, why isn't Lisa telling me this then? I don't know. So then Cass sits back down and it's like, Lisa, tell her. We're not voting them. Tell her, please. Lisa acts like she don't want to tell them. God damn. But Cass literally had to beg her.
Like, everyone was getting up and talking except her. Like, she had nothing to say. And it's like fucking crazy. Like, she was a huge reason as to why all three of their games are fucked up. Like, literally. Tommy, he came up with the plan last minute, so that's kind of on him too, because come for the queen, you will get beheaded. But the fact that Lisa did all of that weird spiraling, like, the main reason why this happened is because she gave that information to the Australians. Why did you tell them that if you had no intention of voting that way?
Shout out to Theodore.
And I think, and this is mainly what it was. Oh, go
what?
No, shout out Theodore, King, because he ain't been in the chat.
Theodore says, a little birdie twat in my ear last week about some Chris Diva dragging. Keep it up, because we shaded Chris Diva. Anyways, also I love Janine Aviv down, but Parvati Sari better win. Janine is that girl. I'm sorry.
Janine Aviv.
Who in the chat was going to say something? Pull it up.
Because Brown Charlie mentioned that she was cagey in her interview because it's giving girl, you're lying. But Richie says she wanted Parv to go home with zero blood on her hands and Cass' hands, which she kind of hinted at in her confessional. And I'm thinking, like, even though you weren't going to do it, you wanted them to do it. Like, she wanted Parvati to go home tonight with their three and Tommy's vote, at least.
Exactly.
She just... Lisa, baby, I can't.
But it's like that's too complex of a thing for it to work. And then also she should have just not told them. Why did you tell them you weren't gonna vote with them? Obviously they're gonna feel some type of way. But then again, from what I hear about her season, she was playing with a bunch of dummies. Maybe she's thinking, or maybe she's playing like how she would have played it in her original season, where it's like a bunch of people who've never seen the show and don't know the show and probably would have worked on. But it's like, baby, these are all-stars, Australian all-stars at that. You're not finna just
like, if you tell me to do something and you're telling me you're not gonna do it, so you want me to do something that's better for your game while you get no backlash for it.
Literally.
Hell fuck no. I'm not doing that. I don't care what you told me to do.
So Luke and then pull Parvati and Sarita to the side, and they're like, "Look, we need to just vote Lisa." And Parvati always has to, exert her influence. She said, "I think we got to hit at Cass." She said, "I think we got to hit at Cass
right here because, and this is why, like, I do love Janine, but I think Parvati for like a overall character as far as the challenges, the personality for the show, the strategy, like she truly tries to get her way at the end of the day. And so through all of this chaos, she's quickly like, girl, I gotta go Cass. Because one of the main people who've spoken about potentially going after Parvati is Cass. So, and that was gonna be a snake in the camp, especially if she was able to keep Tommy and Lisa going forward in the game. So I think this is a really smart move for Parvati. Let's go ahead and get her up out of here. No shade. And she's a beast in these endurance competitions. But baby, in that Final Four, if Cass had made it to that Final Four immunity, she would have been in that Final Three for sure. So I think this is a great move.
I think it was a great move. I genuinely just think Cass, because Parvati has had this like thing of like Cass targeting her. I will say like Cass hasn't done it yet. Tommy was the one who brought her name up. Lisa was the one who was trying to plant these seeds. Cass was actually the least involved with this entire take out Parvati plan. But I think it's smart that despite all of the information she has, despite hearing what Lisa was doing from Luke and hearing what Tommy was doing from Lisa, she still was like, Cass is my main target because Cass is her main threat. Even though Lisa is doing all this sloppy shit, Tommy's doing all this sloppy shit, you can tell Cass is the best player. Cass is the only one actually actively trying to sway them back to their side. Cass has done great in immunity challenge. Like, Cass is the better player, even though Lisa and Tommy were sloppy and fucking them up. If Cass would have stayed one more round, first of all, Cass had her idol. Cass still had her. There's a lot of room for Cass where I feel like Lisa and Tommy, it was over for them. Like, I really think this was the end of all three of them by taking out Cass. Cass was the smartest one there, honestly. She ate this up, and it was just so slick because it's in the moment. It's in the moment.
They really left back to back to back.
Back to back to back. That's why I was like, honestly, after this first episode, in a way, it's like nothing really happened because the big four linked up. Like, that's all that was after this.
Yeah, and they're all going to the fucking finale.
Yep.
Minus Luke. Why couldn't it be Janine, Shawnee, Three and Parvati? That would have been the mother off Luke, of the motherfucking millennium, bitch. Like, Luke always God.
He's so slimy. He always slithers his way. I
really do not like him. And it may be influenced by some of the real world tea I know about him. But I just don't like him. I don't like his personality. I find him very annoying. I also found David very annoying. So I don't know how I'm going to like him as a host when JLP fine ass is right there. And the thing is, we're going to get to Luke, but how does Luke think he going to win the game next to the three baddest in Survivor history?
He's literally stupid. Benny said, did y'all see what Miles said about Luke? Miles gagged the fuck.
Wait, what did he say? Baby. I didn't see.
Let me pull up the actual tweet.
I haven't been on the social media, child.
No, Miles gagged him, and then Luke tried to gag him back. It was a whole back and forth. I was like, oh my God.
How can Luke try to gag him back? You're stupid. You're losing.
Girl, it was about some other shit. Miles says
the fact that he a weird Trumpy.
Yes, which he is.
How are you a Trumpy from Australia? Bitch, stay in your business.
How are you a Trumpy from Australia? Let me see. Miles said, okay, so Luke is certified delusional. It's pure ego to think he could take on Sari and Parvati at the end when he's only voted correctly twice all season and they've dominated all season.
Hello.
Also, he's an anti-vax transphobe. So boo. Period.
Miles. Let me go like and retweet that right now. He should have been on the season. They should have called him real quick because
did he delete it? I hope he didn't delete it. But he did come back and apologize. He did come back and he said apologies to Luke.
Miles, you can't do that, mama. You can't do that, mama. Don't apologize.
Well, let me read the whole thing.
You were 100%
well, I'm gonna read Luke's reply and then I'm gonna read Miles's reply. Luke replied, he said, go fuck yourself, Mouse boy. A lot of accusations when all my kids are vaxxed. I'm vaxxed and I'll fly the rainbow flag with pride. But you little nerd, live on Reddit believing bullshit when you haven't spoken one word to me. You're a loser. That's when Miles said, apologies to Luke. I will always defend the trans and queer community, but attacking someone individually out of the blue and harshly criticizing their game, I don't think it was the right way to do that. Miles, stand on it.
Anyways, I just feel like is Luke taking down the rumors? Like, is he saying
not enough of
rumors?
So the rumors are he's anti-vax, he's homophobic, transphobic, all of that. He's saying in this he's not transphobic, and all of his kids and him are vax. He's not anti-vax.
I don't, and I do like Miles. I just don't like when people don't stand on it, because this is what happens on it with the challenge and Cara fucking Maria. All of these challenge, all of these challenge players came out and they was talking big shit about Cara Maria, like Nari's weird ass and shit like that. And then all of a sudden she released this bullshit ass apology after already voting for the man and continuing to support the stupid ass man. Y'all are like, oh, she said her apology, everything is fine, y'all need to stop bullying her. Da, 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 da. It's like, baby, if you're gonna say it, fucking stand on it. Like, it makes me feel like, girl, you really don't care about them things you plan on, you claim to stand for if you're not going to stand on it. Like, call him out and keep it at that. To come back and apologize is crazy. I don't give a fuck if production texted me or not, bitch. It's staying up.
Period. Girl, but Luke done said the N-word. Luke supports Trump. It's fuck Luke. To the end of my days, we move.
So it's all bullshit.
Parvati Sari and the Australians agreed that they vote in Cass.
I'm so sorry. Some more tea drop. So Richie says Luke posted some Trumpy stuff, then deleted it when he got shit for it, and he's walked it back now. So basically, he's a Trumpy in private. Mind you, he can't even vote in U.S. elections. So shut the fuck up?
Why?
Stay in your business. I'm
stay in Australia's business, nigga.
Sure the conservative party in Australia. Follow that. Oh, okay. Australia. If there are any Australians who watch us or people that's been to Australia, because this is what's been popping up on my TikTok recently. Apparently, a lot of people in Australia walk barefoot just on the street, like it's a regular thing. I've been seeing TikToks like that. Can y'all confirm? Because no shade, I do like to wear. I don't like to walk. I think walking barefoot, but like I'm barefoot a lot around the house, or like if I'm going to the mailbox, I might be barefoot. You know, if I have to run to my car real quick, I might be barefoot. I don't see myself walking into Walmart barefoot, but that's what the girls were saying on TikTok.
Being barefoot is healthier, for us, from my understanding. So. You should. I don't walk barefoot. I am always wearing socks.
That's why I have really wide feet, I think, because of that. Because I'm barefoot a lot.
Ooh, I love a wide foot ass nigga. I got wide foot too. I got wide feet too. But I don't walk barefoot often. But I do think it's healthier for us. I really do. Yeah.
They say I'm not having a tarantula bite my foot. Yeah, no. Every time I see about them spiders in Australia, because I would love to go to Australia, but like,
really,
I'm not trying to get eaten by a goddamn wallaby, spider, black widow, tarantula of death, bitch. Okay, I don't have time. If I have to wake up and see a spider bigger than my hand, let alone my head, I would kill myself. Oh, can't say that. I would unalive expeditiously.
I would be very scared of something like that, but I'm not like super squeamish about bugs in general. I feel like a lot of people are way more squeamish. One thing I'm a scream if I see a big ass spider, but I don't think like I'm as scared of spiders, and I'm not scared of animals. You know, there's people, they're so afraid of snakes, they're so afraid of spiders, they're so afraid of bugs, and that's not me. Animals don't scare me. Like, animals feel like they belong here. It's that extraterrestrial shit that scares me. Like a clown, I can't do a clown, bitch. That's too much. You doing too much. Or like aliens scare me, or bitches with 4 eyes. Like, I can't do that extraterrestrial uncanny shit. But a bug, I'm okay with a bug. I can have a bug as a pet. But yes, they all lock in. They decide they're gonna vote Cass. We went to the vote, and then JLP asked, does anybody have an idol? Cass pulls it out. I thought she was finna gag the live. No shade. I was like, Cass is finna gag the live. No shade. But then Parvati snatches that shit from her. She reads her advantage, and you notice Parvati was not reading that advantage. Parvati was like making up words as she was looking at the paper. She was not reading exactly what it said.
She just knew that the shit said you could
take an idol. She was like, you can use an idol whenever you. She was reading whatever off the top of the dome, baby. Like, she just needed to say whatever she needed to say to make Cass put that shit right back in her pocket. I don't know why Cass did what she did and told her she was using it on Lisa, and then actually used it on Lisa. She really fucked it up there, but she almost gagged the line.
I would have gagged her. Bitch. She would have been gagged, because I went up there. Actually, I'm going to play it on myself, JLP.
Yeah. There was no reason for her to not play it on herself. Parvati literally said, girl, I don't trust what the fuck you got going on. Parvati clearly stood up. All 5 of them stood up and agreed on who to vote. Like, girl, this was too much of a risk. Use the idol on yourself. I don't know what that was, but that was not it. She really needed to do something better. But she didn't, and Cass got voted out. I was honestly disappointed that Cass went home because, in my opinion, Tommy and Lisa didn't deserve to survive this tribal council. Like, Tommy and Lisa didn't do shit. They literally sat there doing nothing that entire tribal council. I really wanted Cass to take it, but
yeah, it's unfortunate. She really got. Honestly, her allies are just shitty. Like, she has really shitty allies, and she couldn't do anything about that.
Nothing. Then TJ, not TJ. Who the fuck is TJ?
From the challenge.
Then Jonathan said, we finna vote again. Bitch, I was gagged. I was on Twitter like, not vote again. They have a whole nother immunity challenge, a whole nother vote, all of that. Like Lee said earlier, this immunity was hard as fuck. They had to balance these balls on the rung or whatever. Luke ends up winning the immunity. They go back to tribal council. And it was at this point, moving forward, it's simple. The 3 Australians, Parvati and Sari, they was locked in. They had just voted together. So going in, Parvati was like, well, I'm obviously voting Tommy because he had this whole plan against me. Tommy, for some reason, tried to deny that. What was that?
Honestly, I don't know how Tommy played his season, but he is also, I'm like, world legend. I'm trying to get hard to see. It could be like a language barrier thing. I don't know for sure, right. But he didn't seem necessarily as well versed, in my opinion, with the strategy side of it. It gave very like simplistic view of Survivor.
Yeah, he won his season.
I think that makes sense with a lot of early season. Like if you're the first iteration of your season in your country, it makes sense. I feel like it would be a little bit more simple. But I even noticed like when it came down to like the conversations and trying to like come up with plans, it just felt like he wasn't as advanced in the game, honestly.
Yeah, it did seem like that. I think it's just because he won. And that was it. Mary said they found whoever was available. Oh, he was a runner-up. Child. We move. Yeah, he flopped. This was weird. He just went back and forth with Parvati about this. He didn't really try to. Well, he told Luke, I'm voting Sari, I guess, expecting them to vote with him. But it's like, we're not doing that. And this is when we get Lisa has a speech. She said, wait, I have something to say. The last time I won this show, one thing I regretted was not staying by my people. Pause. Cass, you didn't stay by her. You went up to Parvati and snitched on them. What was that? But anyways, not staying by my people. So this time I want to stand by my people and I want to quit. What? Everyone was confused. JLP was like, if you quit, we're going to still vote. Like, you're not eating this up, queen.
Like, that's what sent me. JLP was like, if you quit, you're not going to be on the jury. And he's still going to go home. So, what now? And she's like, oh, well, in that case,
Like, what?
Like, she was not eating that. Like, she thought she was gagging alive. Mind you, Tommy is going home. Like, but Tommy is not winning this game. You have Sari, Parvati, Shani, Janine, and that Luke man. Tommy not winning shit, but maybe immunity? Girl,
what kills me is if you really wanted Tommy's game to be good, why did you tell Parvati that Tommy was going after her? And then why did you tell the Australians about the plan? What the fuck was the point of any of this? If you wanted Tommy's game to be safe, you shouldn't have did half of the shit you did in the last 24 hours. The fuck? This was just weird to me. Didn't work. She took it back. Tommy got voted out. And we moved forward. Like, girl, please. So we head into episode 8. And at episode 8, the big 4 lock in. Janine said, we need to make sure we locking in. Janine and Luke lock in with Sari and Parvati. They create the big 4 alliance. That's what they should have named it. Leaving Shani for the Australians and Lisa for the world out of it. They're not in the group. That's not the group. So we have this new grouping. This is the 4. They plan on making it to the final 4. And that's exactly what the fuck happens within these next 2 episodes. They stuck to it. So there's that. The immunity this episode was, Cirie was doing so good at these immunities this season. I'm thinking
bitch.
in Survivor 50, she could win an immunity. She was top 3, and I want to say 3 of these immunity challenges. Like the one with the legs on the box that the world was watching. This one, she was top 3. It was where they had to roll the ball down and catch it and then put it back up and catch it. It was her, Parvati, and Luke at the end of this. I'm like, damn, Cirie, where did this come from, mamas? Like, she's really catching on. I'm loving this. But it doesn't matter. They play this challenge. Luke ends up winning. Apparently, this was an iconic one for him because he had lost this before in his previous season.
Bitch, Parvati is a competitor, mama.
Girl, every time.
If she's not winning, she gonna be on somebody's ass. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Every time. Luke wins the immunity. We head back to the camp, and the plan is to vote Lisa. But Janine's idea is maybe we can vote Shani instead because Shani's a better player. To her, she's a bigger threat to her. Mm-hmm. So she does approach Luke about potentially voting Shani instead. And Luke was like, no, because Lisa is too connected to Cirie. She want to do everything Cirie needs to do. So we need to make sure we get Lisa the fuck out of here, which I do agree. Then, I don't know what Janine was talking about.
No, and the reason why this episode is so boring too is because honestly, Lisa was not fighting hard enough. Bitch.
She wasn't doing shit.
You need to link up with Shani and be like, Shani, let's do this. You need to go talk to Luke.
She didn't care.
Like, it's like, and then she tried to be like, are those people going to take you to the end? He was like, well, are you going to take me to the end? She was like, well, no. Are you stupid?
Yes. And then it got to a point where she literally had a diary room and she said, you know what? I'm just going to do what's best for Cirie. Fuck all of that. I'm just going to do whatever it is. If I can't win, I'm just going to make sure Cirie's win. Like, damn. And it's like, I don't find it endearing. I just think it's silly. But personally, I wish she would have just played the game or just not be here. Like, Cirie don't need a minion. She's good. Like, Cirie is fine without you minioning her. Like, she's perfectly fine, which she don't need that. And honestly, Lisa didn't even really help Cirie that much at all this season. Like, she barely did anything for her. At least actually help her. God damn. But that's her claim. And then she goes to Shani and tries to get her to vote against Janine and them and get Janine and then none of it works. It's all bullshit. The main part of this episode is Luke. Luke goes to Parvati and he tells Parvati he has an idol. I was like, what? And honestly, like, I was very confused. And then by the end of it, it worked. And I was like, okay, I guess. Like, I don't know.
It was such a runaround way, though. Like, and I hate that. Excuse me. I hate that Parvati gave in because I don't want him to have any power in the situation. Yeah, but I have a theory as to why these things are happening. I have a theory. And let's just say Luke is deep up in that Black Widow web, bitch. He is wrapped in that shit, cozy and comfortable, baby, because after all of the games that he's been playing with Parvati, literally since they merged, and he has refused to take her out, even when he has the upper hand to do so.
Yeah, it's at the upper hand.
Maybe he is misted by the queen. Okay, he's in that web.
I know, that's right. No, honestly, I don't understand. Not this episode, but next episode, I'm so confused. Are you stupid? But my thing is, Luke always does this. He's such a weird player. He like genuinely does. He gets to the end and he just does the stupidest of random shit. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why is it always something random with him? It's like he random.orgs this shit every time, and then he loses every damn time. But we move. They say he want that cookie back,
and it's no shade. Like, it's no shade.
And it's no shade. So yes, he comes to her. He tells her he has the idol, and he says, well, you know, what I feel like you could do in order to gain my trust is you could rip up that motherfucking knowledge is power, because you wouldn't take my idol, would you? And she was like, well, I mean, I don't have to rip it up, do I? He was like, well, no, just rip it for me. Like, just rip it up so that way I know you wouldn't take. I mean, you're not going to use it because I have the idol. So you might as well rip it up. She was really, really, really not trying to do it. But eventually she's like, this nigga keeps asking me. It's like a little kid asking for your phone. Like, here, damn. So she here damned. And she was like, how about I rip it in half? And you have one half, I have the other. And if we need to do da. So that's what she does. She rips it in half. Honestly, I was like, ooh, Parvati, this is bold. I don't know if I would have ripped my shit in half and gave him half, but
I wouldn't have did it. Right. I honestly would have just been like, you have to trust me. I'm not ripping it. Get over it.
Good luck. Good luck.
That's the thing. Maybe in some way, this did earn favor for her in this Final Four decision.
Yeah, probably.
A part of me just thinks Luke is dumb, maybe dumb in love. But maybe this kind of helped that a little bit, but I wouldn't have did it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have did that shit. And honestly, like if it would have seemed like he stopped trusting me, I would have took that motherfucker idol. Like, sorry, I'm taking it. But we head into the tribal council. Lisa goes home, boo, and we move into the final five. Look at Shani, just alone. We move into the final five. The final four is still locked in, and honestly, like Lee said, I think that move is what really made Luke agree to the, like, I think all four of them are like, well, I mean, hey, we voted together these last 3 rounds, we're locked in this way, so we're just gonna do that. There's this cute little moment about Suri, and Parvati's like, she really wants to rewrite history with Suri, because when Suri was playing with her the last time, it should have been a final 3, but instead it was randomly made into a final 2, and Suri never made it to the end because of that. I saw the chat talk about how Suri had her moment with Advantage Get It, and Lisa was like, I can't see this, I can't hear this again. That was hilarious, because Suri, oh my god, Suri has been fucked
oh my god, like her even having to talk about it, I got pissed off all over again. Like, that was such a bullshit ass season, especially when I think about the fact that she couldn't use Sarah's power. I just feel like a lot of powers be transferable. Shit be transferable all the time. If she gave up the power, it should be transferable. Period.
Yeah, I agree. That was kind of, I did think of that moment when Parvati played her, or pretended to play her advantage with Cass. A part of me was like, it's kind of weird that advantages can be lied about, because like I remember being mad that Sarah was able to lie to Suri. I kind of didn't think that was fair. I mean, I guess it was fair. I don't know. It's a gray area for me, because I was like, why is Sarah allowed to lie to Suri's face about an advantage? This was a new advantage. No one's ever seen it before. How could, like, should she be allowed, when it comes to the rules, to just lie to somebody's face about the advantage? She could lie and say, oh, this advantage is around for the entire season, and I can use it on myself multiple times every single round, and you can never vote me out. Like, she could just lie and say something, and it's like, that's kind of weird to me. I'm just like, why was she allowed to lie to Suri, have Suri looking stupid, and then boom. And then even in this moment with Parvati and Cass, a part of me was like, well, if Cass has never had that power in her season before, Parvati just lied to her face. It's like, when does it become we need to be explaining the rules to some of these powers to other people in the game, versus I could literally lie to you and say I'm safe for the rest of the game and you never vote me out? Like, it's kind of getting crazy to me. I don't know.
Yeah, because the fact that she used it wrong and didn't have to like clarify is kind of crazy.
Like, what? I don't understand that. Somebody in the chat said, didn't Tony lie about his god idol in Cagayan? Yeah, Tony lied about his super idol in Cagayan, be able to use it at the final 4. So yes, yes, people can lie. I know people can lie. It's like, should they be able to? Because he literally lied, said he can use the idol in final 4. He couldn't. And so people didn't vote him because they thought he could. It's like, should they know the rules to the regulations of the game? It's kind of like playing a game you don't know the rules to. Imagine playing Monopoly and you don't know the rules to Monopoly. And then someone says, oh yeah, I can take all your property. That's a part of the rules. It's like, is that fair? I don't know. Or we're playing Uno and I'm like, oh, when I reverse you, I can take all your cards. So you lose. Like, it becomes less fun when everyone doesn't know the rules. You feel me? I don't know. But yeah. So the 4 is locked in. Parvati and Suri want to lock in and make it to final 2. And Janine is like, look, if I got to drop Luke to be in that final 3, I'm willing to do that. So she goes to Parvati. She's like, look, I'm not voting Luke out, but if I have to, for me to be in the final 3 with y'all, I'm doing that. Janine did the right thing. She locked in with the big 2. So now it's the big 3. Janine, Parvati, and Suri is the final 3 for sure moving forward. We play this immunity. You got to balance this rope on this pole and balance some other shit. Balance. Luke ends up winning the immunity. Shani was so close, though. Really wanted Shani to win this, though. I'm not going to lie. I was like, I want Shani to win this bad. But she didn't.
It really shows when you determine, like, you could really take it there.
Yeah, you really can. But Luke ends up winning. And then back at camp, we see Parvati realize that Janine doesn't know that Luke has the idol. And this is a whole weird thing. I don't know why Janine doesn't know that. Like,
Like you told Parvati, but you don't want to tell Janine, especially in this type of decision. Like I think this was definitely the time to take a shot at Parvati and Sari. Luke needed something on his resume. He hasn't done anything impressive in this game, but be on the bottom.
Literally,
he loses to Janine, Parvati, and Sari.
Literally,
take out one of them
was his
get
moment.
something on your resume. At least have a fighting chance. With him just doing nothing, like, oh, I'm gonna give Janine my immunity necklace, but I have an idol, and I'm gonna play this idol on Parvati, and she's gonna play her idol on me.
That's nothing.
It's like
That's
you're not
nothing.
doing anything.
You're just moving shit around.
You look like you're just putting on a show for no reason. Like nothing came out of that tribal but theatrics.
Literally,
like
nothing.
You can't do the theater without the execution. Like there was no actual execution to any of the activity he did this episode. It was just, it seemed like it was just all for the camera.
Yeah, he fully lost the game, this tribal council. You lost. This was your chance to potentially win the season, and you lost. Because going in, Shani had already approached Luke and Janine about voting Sari. So Shani was already voting Sari. She was also trying to plant seeds against Janine to Parvati and Sari. She was trying her best, but none of that matters. What matters is she was going into the tribal council voting Sari. So that's what she was going to do moving forward. Luke ends up lying to Parvati about having an idol. So now he's taking it back, saying, I lied about my idol. I don't have an idol. I only told you that so I could play in your face and make you split your advantage, essentially. Parvati's like, girl, I don't know if I believe that. I really don't care. What are you talking about? We head to tribal council. So at tribal council, Shani is voting Sari. Everybody else is voting Shani. This is my thought process. If I'm Luke, I don't have to say anything. All I have to do is if I vote Parvati, Shani votes Sari, and I play my idol on Shani, it doesn't matter who Parvati uses her idol on, the other person goes home. If Parvati uses her idol on Sari, Parvati's going home. If Parvati uses her idol on herself, Sari's going home. I just made a move. I played my idol on Shani. I played in her face, and either her or her closest ally is going home. It's simple. That's all he had to do. He doesn't even have to tell anyone he's voting Parvati. His one vote has so much power in this round because 4 of y'all are voting together. So if you just change your vote and you use your idol on Shani, you now have a move. I genuinely think that's all he needed to do to solidify himself as a potential to win this game. If he would have used that idol on Shani, he would have voted Parvati or Sari and moved forward, then boom. Like, even if Sari just goes home, boom, you took out Sari. You took out Sari, you played in Parvati's face, you used the idol on Shani. Now going into Final Four, Shani doesn't want Parvati in the end. You don't want Parvati in the end, and Janine's your number one. Y'all have the votes. And she doesn't have an idol. Like, this was his chance to do something, to try to win. Instead, he gives his necklace to Janine. He puts his idol on his neck. You're just changing necklaces, bitch. You're just swapping out necklaces. You're not gagging.
Like, at all. It's like Janine wasn't in any danger.
At all. Now, I will. No danger. And I think it also is a part of him. He had fear. I think he genuinely was scared that Parvati was going to turn on him because he kept whispering to her, is the plan still good? Is that still the plan? Is this still the plan? Like, he was genuinely scared they were going to play in his face and take out Janine. Fuck all of that. You don't have time to be scared. You need to focus. You need to be taking a shot. You need to be doing something. You need to win the game. But I will say, Parvati likely still wins that Final Four immunity. Still probably makes it a Final 3, and he probably still loses to Parvati even in that world. But at least do something, nigga. You know, like make a play. Try to win the game or do what you did and lose. Like, now you're losing to Janine, Parvati, answer. You're getting 4th, nigga. Hopefully. So yeah, I didn't like that at all. That was nothing. Somebody said he pulled a Zara. It was giving Zara. At the end of the game, Zara just flopped out.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Very much so that. You did nothing. So yeah, I just feel like he should have did that move. However it plays out, At least you have something on your resume. At least you could try to make fire at Final Four. You could try to win the game. You could try to win the immunity and make it there. You don't know what the immunity is. So many ways for him to catapult himself to a win, and instead he did this. It's always gimmicks with him. Like, I can't do it. Is that why you support Trump? Because you want to be cute and funny? Like, everything is not cute and funny. This is for however much money they pay y'all in Survivor Australia. Like, win that money, nigga. You playing fucking games. But all of that for Shani to go home. That's another thing. All of that for Shani to go home?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it doesn't gag at all. Like, and then this is like, I think the 3rd or 4th time. Like, every time Shani is played, apparently she gets like cut closer towards the finale. Other than Hero vs. Villains. Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know when she got cut in Hero vs. Villains because I didn't finish it. But yeah, it's unfortunate. It's kind of like the Australian Suri in a way, child. And it's like, is Suri gonna break that streak? I mean, I don't know. She hasn't been getting like a heavy edit. Like if I had to guess a winner, it would probably be Janine, Luke, or Parvati.
Yeah, Janine, Luke, or Parvati. Suri is bad going into Final Four. Even gameplay wise, I think Suri hasn't done enough. And she hasn't had as much of a big presence as she usually does. Usually in these shows, it seems like she has a heavy hand in the social game. This season, like Parvati had more of a hand in the social game. Kirby was closer to Parvati. Sarah was trying to work with Parvati. Like these people were trying to work with Parvati. You know, Lisa was really the only one. She had Lisa. Lisa was the only one who was more connected to Suri. I feel like going into this end game, it seems like Parvati kind of led their duo and Suri was just there. Like, I think it's going to be hard for Suri to win, specifically next to Parvati. Next to Luke and Janine, I think it could be like she stands out because that duo of her and Parvati worked hard, but Suri is looking a little difficult, I feel like, for her.
Yeah. Is this the furthest a black player has made it in Survivor Australia?
What did Nina get?
Didn't Nina get like, I think she got like 4th or 5th?
Yeah. And then there was Morgan on the season we just watched. She made it to like what, 4th or 5th? No, she got like 5th or 6th.
Mm-mm. Nina was 5th. Diva,
she ain't no diva. Wow. So yeah, Serena made it. I know that's right. So yeah, Parvati. I think Parvati has done a really good job. Like she's very prevalent. She is really just the face of this season. Like even from the perception of the jury, it's like she was always that person to like either go to or to target, and she's still here. So I feel like she just has the biggest, easiest story for a game. Very much so, just the biggest person here. Like give her the win. It's easy. It's right in her face. When it comes to the intricacies, I do think Parvati has made some questionable moves. Like it's not seamless. If Janine were to beat Parvati, I wouldn't be super mad because Parvati ripped up her thing and gave it to Luke. I'm like, why did you do that? No shade. She let Kirby go. Low-key, she probably shouldn't have did that. It's like certain things. It's like it wasn't the most perfect, seamless game for Parvati Shadow in the world, but still amazing. She ate that up. Luke, meh.
Yeah, don't give a damn.
Don't give a damn. And then we already went over Janine multiple times because Janine is eating it up. Like I'd say
that motherfucking girl. Like I love me some Janine.
I'd say like strategic cleanness. I think Janine has played the cleanest strategic game in my opinion. Can't think of many mistakes Janine has necessarily made so far. I think the biggest one is actually going to the end with Parvati. She needs to go. Like, I think she should have tried to come up with a way to maybe take out Parvati this round, and then she probably would have won the game. If she could have figured out a way to get Parvati out, Janine probably would win the season. But right now, I'm like, next to Parvati, you're gonna lose. So I was like, I don't see it right now. I can't see it. But she can, but I don't see it right now. But this is a cute little Final Four. 2 Australians, two Americans. Where's the other people? No shade.
Well, we know on the tribe. We know what the showdown was supposed to be. It's no shade. It's no shade to the other girlies, but we know what the real showdown was.
But yeah, this is going in the Final Four. I really want to watch the Janine season now that I've seen this.
Like, the Godmother.
That's literally how I feel. The Godmother. All right, let's tier rank the girlies. Boom. At the bottom, we had Luke. Oh, who went home? First of all, who went home? Cass went home. How's my sister, though?
I like Cass. We can leave her out on Child.
Okay. Can we do mid?
We can do mid. I'm fine with mid.
I liked her. I really did.
She really got blindsided out the blue.
It was out the blue.
It was a lot of her allies that fucked her up for real.
They was fucking up. She went to work in that tribal council. I was so proud of her. I was like, wow, this is impressive. And she's the only person, in my opinion, who was not from America or Australia that stood out. Cass is the only one. I don't give a fuck about Tommy. I don't give a fuck about Lisa. I don't give a fuck about that Rob man who went home first. Like, she was the only other that really stood out to me. I'm sorry. Tommy also went home. He's not leaving the Kai Asylum.
Nope.
Oh, he could go to shop.
No,
he don't even deserve it. Yeah. Like, you're nobody. I don't know you. Lisa, child. Really, she's a chop for me. You tried to quit.
Honestly, yeah, you gotta put her in chop. You have to put Lisa in chop. It's no shade. It's no shade, Lisa. I like Lisa, but girl, you gotta go to chop.
You got to go to Chop. Luke can stay in Chop. I don't know what that was in Final Five. Sorry. No, it was a no for me. Shawnee, I'm sorry, Lee. Child.
You can go with me, child. I'm fine with child. Honestly,
it just felt like child.
I get it.
These 3 episodes, I was like, damn. They did her like she wasn't nowhere to be. All she said was, JLP, I'm coming for your job. That's all.
Oh my God. Why would they keep that in knowing this is JLP last season? That's messy.
He had to be beefing with the producers. Because them keeping that in is crazy. I'm taking your job. They should have gave it to Shawnee.
David took the goddamn job.
They should have gave it to Shawnee. They should have gave it to a woman. Like, I feel like making it another white man, it's like, that's boring.
Every reality show is hosted by some white man. That's so goddamn boring.
It's so boring. But we move. Sari Fields, I'm not moving her from other. I just would never do that. Parvati got to be at the top of this drop, I feel. Because what she did to Cass, she said, sit down. And Janine, these are our mothers. They're never moving. They're always going to be mothers. And hopefully this is our final 3. And hopefully Luke gets 4th. We ate this the motherfucking fuck up. I know that's right. All right, y'all. We have one more drop for Survivor Australia. The finale, the 2-hour finale, I believe, is what it is on Sunday. So we're going to be going live on Sunday to talk the 2-hour finale of Survivor Australia. So make sure y'all are there with us for that, baby. We got it pushing on. What else we got going on? Oh, before we get into our schedule, y'all, guess what's tea? We do have applications. If you would like to be a podcaster or other for the Reality Kingdom, there is an application in the bio for you to fill out to try to become a Reality Kingdomer, a podcaster with us. Now, we've gotten some free submissions, a few submissions. The submissions have been tea. I'm not gonna lie. The submissions have been tea. So y'all got some competition. So get your shit in. If you was one of the people commenting, "Ooh, I don't know, I'm kind of square," get your shit in. Get your shit in. And don't be scared. We're open to all. We're open to all types of colors and religions and gender appropriation, all of that. So get your shit in. Feel comfortable. Don't feel scared. Put in your application now. We are reviewing them, and we finna launch a whole new segment. It's gonna be a whole new thing for us. This is crazy. Just thinking about it is crazy. But get y'all shit in, okay? Also get into the other shit. Of course, we're doing our this too. I know that's right. But also we're doing our Big Brother shit every single day. Right after this, I have a Wednesday after show recap with Jolene Lunzer. So if you want to see me talk to Jolene, go ahead and watch that. Watch our eviction breakdown on Thursday. And of course, every Tuesday we do our live feed recap and player rating. The challenge is still going on, so I will be continuing to drop to challenge coverage. Amazing Race and Survivor US is coming up very soon this month. So get into that as well. And thank you guys for keeping it real with the kingdom. We're out. Bye.